Are there any nutters in? No, you see, the true nutters do not reveal themselves. They have a secret agenda known only to themselves. I attract a lot of nutters. I just walked down the street, some bloke came up and he went, "Hey, same coat." And I went, "Oh, well, I better be getting along, because I'm not actually wearing a coat." And I tell you what I do like, though. I like the Twilight films. Oh, brilliant. You know why? Because they cleared up something that's been bothering me for a while. What is the vehicle of choice of vampires? And I'd have thought the undead would have gone for something more racy, but no, they went for the Volvo XC60. You know, they are immortal. They are going to rack up the miles, I suppose. I actually test drove a Toyota Prius. Whoa, rock and roll. And the bloke driving it he was delighted with this car. He said, "Check this out." He goes, "It's got voice-activated sat-nav. Check this out." And he went, "I'm hungry." And a load of restaurants came up on the screen. I went, "That's brilliant." He said, "Do you want to go?" I said, "Yeah, all right." So I went, "I'm lonely." And it calculated a route to Switzerland. I'm thinking, I'm not that lonely. Stand down, Toyota. So, yeah, the Pope, that's it. Anyway, he said we were a place in moral crisis. Maybe we are, Britain. Maybe we're just a nation like that. A bunch of pale X-Factor hopefuls scuffling around outside Nando's with bench on our clothing to remind us where to sit down. Maybe that's what we are. Maybe that's modern Britain. But you know what I'd say of Holy Pontiff? Maybe we are in a spiritual crisis. But unlike the Catholic Church, we tend to prosecute paedophiles and rapists as common criminals and not just move them to the Vatican gift shop. Hashtag just saying. Yeah. Because I'm down with that. All right, so, okay, so, you know what? Do you know what else, right? What I've really struggled with over the years is Downton Abbey. Now, I know you're supposed to like popular culture, you know, well, I do try and like it. I draw the line at Dan Brown, though, I have to say, you know, because the Da Vinci Code is a phenomenon. There's no getting away from it. 85 million copies of that book sold, which is effectively, the story is a woman finds out she's the last living relative of Christ. It's the Who Do You Think You Are Christmas special, right? But Downton I struggle with, because nothing happens. Nothing happens. You know, in one scene, moss grows on a butler in real time. It's just posh people deciding what room to have their tea in, you know. Lots of northerners resenting. On and on to eternity. And the music, I suppose, is vaguely haunting, isn't it, you know. Gives you a hint at the boredom that will follow. I can't listen to it, actually. I have to listen to it in the reggae style.
Boom tune! Play this one from the top to the very last drop. You make the people get hot, 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 hot. Ding, 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 ding.
I wouldn't fight the idea of a second footman, milady. You're too tall to be a footman. No footman should be over 6'1".
I'm 5'9". Check it.
What's it to be? Lobster, duck, or asparagus?
Give me the lobster, man. Me don't want no asparagus. See you later.
Have you done something jolly with your hair?
That treacle tart really hit the spot. Thank you, Mrs. Patmore.
And that rice and peas really hit the spot, Mrs. Patmore.
To be honest, he has been a bit of a clot.
Rascalot.
spoon, egg spoon, melon spoon, grapefruit spoon, jam spoon. Teaspoon, egg spoon, melon spoon, grapefruit spoon, jam spoon.
What kind of spoon is this?
A bouillon spoon.
Me knew it was a bouillon spoon.
A bouillon spoon.
What kind of spoon is this? Me knew it was a bouillon spoon.
Have you done something jolly? May I ask why you are holding Lady Sybil's biscuit jar?
Jar Rastafari! All right then. Can you hear that? We'll have a little song. There's a bit of a sing-song. All right then. This one is. This is my tribute to Billy Bragg. Another BB. This is called Unisex Chip Shop. I used to buy my chips from an oppressive chip shop regime. The girl who worked there, she seemed happy, but I knew it was not what it seemed. And do you want salt and vinegar? Was what they made her say. But in the language of the ghetto, that means help, I'm a woman in chains. I wanted to free her. In my dreams I would see her running naked through the woods round Raynham. If I had some tigers I'd train them to protect her from the sexual fascism that was lurking round the gherkins. I leaned across the counter, we would talk. I carved the name Debbie on a little wooden fork. But into the shop came a skinhead gang. They snatched the fork from my hand. Debbie, she looked at me to assert my masculinity. I said, oi! She said, what? I said, nothing. Yeah. You know what? I'm not particularly religious. I don't know about any of you. I think that I try and join in with the church and all that. But the trouble is that it's the God bit. That's the problem I have with it. And I went to a family christening, and the God, the God's bouncer was getting up in God's grill, the vicar, and he was invoking the Old Testament, the blood of Christ, the dorsum of Christ and all that. And then he said, what would you say to Christ if he walked in that door today? And I thought to myself, bad luck, mate, you're in Croydon. And, an inauspicious place for the second coming. And then my wife jabbed me in the ribs and said, you just said that out loud. And so the thing is, I actually think that the music of the church is a little bit too, it's a bit too intimidating, it's a bit too kind of in your face, It sort of says, you have sinned. The music should be a little bit more youth-orientated, a little bit sort of like, yeah, that's it, yeah. We got God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, a little bit to the side, Maybe a bit of dubstep, maybe, sort of like, And with those feet in ancient times, and work a bit of wobbling. I think he's a winner. But the personnel of the church are not that friendly, are they? Right? See, that is not a friendly face. That face is not saying, come on in and join the party. I've actually put together a bit of a promotional video for the church, right? And basically, this is a combination of church music and dubstep, right? See what you think. I call it non-step. Here we go.